What's up, everybody? It's Sam here from the Gambling Corner podcast. And before we get to your scheduled program, I'm here to tell you about Anchor. It's now easier than ever to start your own podcast. Their free app gives you everything you need to get your podcast off the ground. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or computer. And if you're worried about getting your podcast heard, don't worry. Anchor will distribute your podcast for you, so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many, many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to Anchor FM to get started. What's up, everybody? My name's Sam, and this is the Gambling Corner, brought to you by Fat Lad Sports. Today's Thursday, the 13th of May, and on today's show, we're going to go over the weekend's football. We'll also have a bet on the big unification fight at the weekend in the early hours of Sunday morning, hopefully taking our record to 6-6. We'll also be joined by star of the show, Mr. Liam Doe, to go over his likes, thoughts, dislikes, and picks on the upcoming weekend's action. But before we get to Liam, I want to talk to you about Baxter Blue. Do you experience digital eye strain from too much blue light exposure from digital screens? Baxter blue light glasses are not your average frames. These blue light lenses filter 80% of the highest energy blue light, eliminating 99% of glare. This past year, we've all been glued to our devices more than ever. I know I have, constantly refreshing Twitter, Facebook and Instagram, and the all-important gambling sites too. Our exposure to digital light has soared, and our eyes and sleep are suffering as a result. Baxter Blue are also a force for good and provide a pair of reading glasses for somebody in need for every pair sold. This is eyewear built for our digital age, and Baxter Blue is giving our listeners 10% off your next purchase of blue light, sleep or kids glasses. Click the link in our show description for your exclusive discount. This is the sign you've been waiting for to invest in blue light glasses. We know you'll love your Baxters, and we know you'll feel the difference. So before we get to Liam, we'll have a little look at the Premier League games coming up this weekend. Lots of games with nothing riding on them, but we'll go through them anyway. And they start on Friday at 8 p.m. with Newcastle and Man City. Newcastle at 11s, the draw at 5s, and Man City at 2-9. On the Newcastle side of things, Callum Wilson is going to miss the last 3 games, so that's a big miss for Newcastle. Not that I overly think it will matter on Friday night. Neither team with nothing to play for. I think you could see a couple of kids get a run out for Newcastle. And we saw Man City make changes against Chelsea last weekend. But I feel like Aguero, Jesus and Sterling, if they play, should have enough to turn over Newcastle at home. Yeah, I like Man City. They don't represent much value on their own at 1-4, but I still think they'll beat Newcastle on Friday night. So we go to Sunday at 12:30. We've got Burnley and Leeds. Burnley at 15-8. The draw at 5-2, and Leeds at 11-8. Again, nothing on the line like most of the games this weekend. Depends who fancies it more, I suppose. There's no real point in reading out a load of stats for games if it's just really going to be down to who wants it more, and that really leads into my lean of Leeds, because I can't see Bielsa letting their standards slip too much, to be honest with you. The same sort of thing with Burnley, but I just feel like Leeds might just edge it. That's my lean, but it's nothing really that I'm going to bet on. And then at 3 o'clock, we have Southampton and Fulham. Southampton are evens. The draws 12-5, and Fulham are 11-4. Again, another game with nothing doing, nothing playing on. But we will see a spot for Fulham that we may or may not have profited if you took my advice and bet on Sheffield United the game after they got relegated. They beat Brighton, so it's kind of, the pressure's off. There's no fear that they can play with freedom and stuff. So my lean is to Fulham. They're both really, really bad sides. For instance, with Southampton, 3 wins and 3 draws from 18 league games, would suggest that they are shite. Fulham are just as bad. To be honest with you, I'd lean towards Fulham slightly, but I don't care about the game at all, so I won't be betting on it. It's a forced lean, gun-to-head style. So Saturday at 8 o'clock is Brighton and West Ham United. Brighton 15-8, the draw at 23-10, and West Ham at 29-20. So finally, after 4 Premier League games, we actually get to a game with something riding on it. West Ham need to win to get back on track after a run of 3 defeats in 4, meaning they can't afford to drop any more points if they have any top 4, or even at this stage, I suppose, European aspirations. Brighton are safe, obviously, with the 3 teams have already been confirmed for relegation. So my lean is to West Ham. I actually like West Ham in this spot to get a victory and keep their European hopes alive. And then we go to Sunday, Palace and Villa. Palace at 21-10, the draw at 23-10, Villa at 13-10. Another game, so now we're on a run of 4 games from 5, with 4 having absolutely nothing riding on them. My lean here is to Villa, and my theory is because Crystal Palace, we don't know what the contract situation is with Roy Hodgson. He's out of contract, I believe, at the end of the year, and I think there is 13 players for Palace that are out of contract at the end of the season. So really, are they going to sacrifice themselves? Potential for injuries, blah, 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 blah. Are they going to be bothered? I can't see it. My lean would be to Villa, but I don't really want any part in that either. And then at 2:05 on Sunday, Tottenham and Wolves. Tottenham at 1-2, the draw at 16-5, and Wolves at 11-2. Spurs realistically probably chasing 5th now. I would suggest maybe top 4 isn't going to happen for them. But 2 wins in 7 doesn't exactly fill me with much confidence on the Tottenham side. They absolutely must win. Wolves haven't got anything to play for. I don't even know if I have a lean on this, to be honest. I can't play on Tottenham with any confidence, so if I don't have any confidence in either side, I will not be betting on that. And then at 4:30, West Brom play Liverpool. West Brom are 11s. The draw's 21-4, and Liverpool 2-9. Must win for Liverpool if they have any top 4 aspirations. They are currently beating Man United 3-1 just after half time. So if they win this and win at the weekend, they'll be a point behind Chelsea with 2 games to play. So it's a must win for Liverpool. Must not lose, must not draw. My only worry is Big Sam will probably be well up for wrecking Liverpool's top 4 chances. Relegation or not, West Brom will be motivated, I think. But I can't see how Liverpool would lose. Could be a great confidence spot, convincing win goals, and just what Liverpool need going into the last week of the season. I have a really strong lean to Liverpool. I'd go as far to say it's a like. It's going to be in one of our 5 picks anyway. So Liverpool for me in that one. And Everton play Sheffield United. Everton are another one that is going to be part of our 5 picks. On Sunday at 7 p.m. they play Sheffield United. Everton, in all honesty, have been horrendous at home. 5 wins in 17 at home all season. I can't see them mounting a top 4 push, especially with a draw tonight. Doesn't really change things for them. The draw against Aston Villa on Thursday night, I'm speaking about. But as bad as they've been at home, Sheffield United have been as bad, if not worse, away from home. So I like Everton in this spot as well. Again, 2 to 5 doesn't really represent any value as a single, but they're going to be part of a double for us in our 5 picks. So we'll now welcome on the star of the show, Mr. Liam Doe.
What's up, mate? How you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. How are you?
All good, bro?
Good. We got there in the end again.
Yeah, we're ready to rock and roll again after a good week last week.
Fucking brilliant week last week, mate.
Love to see it, mate.
Yeah.
Love it when our plan comes together.
Yeah. I have another boxing pick for the podcast this week, so hopefully we can move to six from 6, but this one has got less. The payoff is less, but I really, really, really like it.
Lump on, perfect record so far.
Yeah. So this week, obviously, I think we're going to have to do things a little differently. I just think we're just going to have discussions about our tips and stuff, or our picks, but just purely because, as we discussed earlier on, I tend to do my research for these on as you know, on Tuesday and Wednesday, and by now, the picks that I've made have been really sort of bet down.
Yeah.
So I have my 5 picks, and you have your 5 picks, and some of them we have like double likes and stuff. But as you do, you did a first glance look, and I did a first glance look as well. So
yeah, well, I've done the classic. From my point of view, I always look at these games and I don't check the dates. So a couple of my first look likes, I realised were both today. So I did put a bet on and I sent it to you.
Yeah.
And I was loving the look of PSV. I was loving the look of Ajax. Luckily, they've both come in for me. I've done a separate bet, but I was ready to put them in my picks.
Right.
Luckily, this week, I found it just as I was looking into it.
Yeah.
They're actually playing today rather than putting them in our picks for this week, and everyone searching around for them thinking, well, I'm not sure sure what he's on about. Luckily, I noticed last minute. But yeah. Like you said, it's tough at this stage of the game as well, because obviously it's coming to the end of the season and there's so many kind of midweek games. These teams that have had games postponed due to whatever, they're all getting played midweek, so there's so many Thursday games this week.
Yeah.
And they're kind of here, there and everywhere. And as I said to you, there's a couple of games which then has a knock-on effect. So I was looking at Premier League games for Monday and Tuesday, and their odds aren't actually up.
Right.
Because of what could happen with these results at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
They don't actually put the lines up this early.
Yeah.
So it has a knock-on effect having all these midweek games. But we'll chat about them as we go on, because a couple of our picks, I know we've both got a couple of Prem games. Both of them teams are playing tonight.
Yeah.
Which could have a knock-on effect. So we'll have to speak about them when we get to it.
Yeah, well, I've got the football on at the minute, so
okay.
I have the football on. I have the football on muted in the foreground, and then I've got you and my setup and stuff in front of me. So yeah, we're just gonna. I don't want to use the word wing it, but I've written out all my 5 picks and stuff like that. And when I first looked, I found 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. There was 12 potentials from my first look.
Yeah.
So I'll just run through them, and the first one I'm already off of, which was City -1 against Newcastle on Friday. But obviously now that they've won the league with Man United losing the other day, I don't know. I think City will still beat Newcastle on Friday night. I just wouldn't want to put all my eggs in the City -1 basket. So I had them. I had West Ham, Everton, Sassuolo, Lille. And I'd written down the prices as I went, and I'll let you do the updated ones for some of them, because, as I say, I had West Ham. West Ham was 6-4 when I first looked. Everton were 4-9 when I first looked. Sassuolo were 8-13. Lille 4-7. Liverpool -1, which was 8-11. Besiktas, I'd just written depending on tonight, because I'd written that as they were playing. They then lost on Wednesday night. I have Chelsea to lift the trophy in the cup final. Real Madrid at 8-11. Dortmund 2-5. Nantes at 4-11. Monaco at 4-6. So there was plenty of stuff there to go on. But obviously, as you then said to me earlier, a lot of them have been bet right down. So you're not going to get the 4-7 on Lille, which was my number 3 pick anyway.
No.
Do you know what I mean? So I sort of my 5 picks now aren't that pertinent. They're not that strong because of the prices.
Well, we said we were dropping down to 0.5 to 1, didn't we? But anything lower than that.
Yeah, exactly.
I know you were saying last week about the it's like investing your money, you were saying. But still, if it's anything less than kind of half your stake back, I wouldn't.
No, I wholeheartedly agree with you.
Would you?
No, I wholeheartedly agree with you. And like I said, that's now really changed sort of my outlook on the picks that I made.
Yeah, which just goes to show how important it is to bet early.
Yeah,
which is why it's annoying they haven't put these Premier League games up. A couple of the Turkish League games that I sent to you aren't up at the moment.
Yes.
It's very frustrating for us who do one podcast a week at the moment.
Oh, Liverpool are in. There might be one up here. Oh, there might be a handball on the penalty.
You can running commentary as well.
Yeah, on a game that when this is out will be over. Yeah. Just while I wrote down a couple of subjects as well, just while I've got you on that betting early touch.
Yeah.
I wanted you to explain to people why having more than one out is important. And obviously for people who don't know, an out is a bookmaker or someone that will take your bets.
Well, the main one for me, I have 2.
But 2 is better than 1.
Yeah, I have the Bet365 and I have the Sky Bet, but I always look which one's going to pay more before I put the money on.
Yeah. And
occasionally, because Bet365 does the 2 goals is paid out, even if it is sometimes a little bit better on Sky Bet, if you're talking pence and pounds, I'd still go with Bet365 just because of that kind of 2 goal payout.
Yeah.
But it's always better to have 2 than 1 because then you can compare the prices.
Yeah, you're going to get the better of the number, aren't you? And it sounds really stupid, but most people will have their betting app and that's it. And then they won't realise that actually they can get better value if they shop around for it.
Well, as well as that, if you're a newbie to the betting kind of stuff, I think it'd be silly not to try these different apps because they've got so many kind of offers for new customers, haven't they?
Yeah.
It'd be silly not to. I'm sure everyone's done it when they've started. As soon as you put one bet on, it's like, get used to this. £20 free bet here, £20 free bet there. They're all trying to entice you to use theirs. So you can literally go through the 10s and 20s of bookmakers, if you're a beginner, this is. And you'd have, close to £200 of free bets just from using the account once, and then that's it. You can crack on and move on. But I'm sure a lot of people have kind of switched onto that. They usually do it with the horse racing and stuff like that. They give out silly odds, don't they? But
yeah, there's that, and also you get the best of the number.
Yeah, which is the most important thing. If you're going to win £10 more on a different account, why would you put it on the one that you're going to win less on?
Yeah, exactly.
But that's it.
So yeah, that I just written down a couple of things, and I just wanted to touch on that, why it's important for people to not just have the one account.
Yeah, I'd definitely recommend having a couple just so you can compare what price you're getting here and what price you're getting there.
Yeah.
And what kind of offers, like the accumulator bonus on Sky Bet. On Bet365 takes it so much higher than Sky Bet.
Yeah.
If you're ever going to do an ACCA, it would be Bet365 all the way. But
yeah, and then there's certain places that are better for certain markets. Like me and you love Sky Bet for the NFL.
Yeah, and then
because there's more markets, better pricing.
You get football as well on there. You get the one shot on target for a certain player at even money every week. It's like it's perfect for the treble price boost and all this and that. But then you got Wardy who loves his Paddy Power because they have so many kind of price boosts, and he usually does the boxing stuff, and they do price boosts here, there, and everywhere, and you can see them betting on them. So it's always nice to have a range because one or the other is always going to be doing a price boost on what you want to bet on, pretty much.
Yeah, I would agree.
So it's definitely something to look into if you're only on the one at the moment.
Yeah, I just thought it was important to point that out to people, is that you need to shop about for the best number. So
definitely.
Yeah. So thinking about how we're going to do this, why don't you tell me what your 5 picks are? Just run them off quickly, and I'll tell you what ones that I had in my 5, and we'll go from there and try and work it out.
Right, just the 10 teams that I've got then, don't handicap them at the moment. Or should I just read them out at the moment?
Yeah, just read them out. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
So pick number 1 is Atalanta to beat Genoa and Atletico to beat Osasuna.
Mm-hmm.
Pick number 2 was Frankfurt to beat Schalke and Lille to beat St Etienne.
Yeah.
Pick number 3, Everton to beat Sheffield United and Liverpool to beat West Brom. Pick number 4, Barca to beat Celta Vigo and Lyon to beat Nimes. And pick number 5, PSG to beat Stade Rennes and Dortmund to beat Mainz.
Okay, so right off the bat there, do we make the double of Lille and Everton? Because straight away there, I've got Lille and Everton were 2 of my picks.
No chance. Everton and Liverpool together, because you said you like Liverpool -1 anyway.
Yeah.
I think you leave Everton and Liverpool together, the 2 Scousers.
Yeah, and then obviously on the handicap side of it, if I go to my Everton handicap, it's that result tonight doesn't really change things for them, does it? You know, they drew 0-0 with Villa this evening, and that hasn't really changed things for them. So they still are unlikely, I would say, but possibly could get a Europa League place, or even potentially top 4.
If anything, that's helped us, to be honest, because this is now must win.
Yeah.
Before tonight, they're 3 points off West Ham with their game in hand, which they've just drew. So now having Sheffield United at home, that turns into a must-win.
Yeah, I agree, and we'd all know about Everton's home form, but surely, if they've got anything about them that they're going to turn over Sheffield United, Everton have only won 5 at home all season. I just think it's important to tell people this, just so they know, and you don't blindly bet Everton. With 5 wins at home all season, no winning 5 at home, and 2 home clean sheets at home all season. But then you look at who they're playing in Sheffield United. Sheffield United have got 1 win in 8 and 7 defeats. They've only scored twice in 8. They have 1 win away from home and a draw. They have 1 goal scored in 7 aways, 7 straight defeats, no away clean sheets, and they haven't scored in 11. And they've conceded 2 or more on 9 occasions. So I do very much like that Everton side of things. I just think it's important just to let people know that, you know, Everton especially aren't home goal. Everton aren't fantastic at home. I think it's our duty then to say to people that here we like this, but
they also haven't played Sheffield United at home.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I like it.
I put 2 things about Sheffield United. I put relegated and lost 12 out of the last 14. So
yeah,
that's all I felt like I needed to say, no matter who they're playing against. It's similar to Frankfurt against Schalke.
Yeah, Schalke are rock bottom, aren't they?
But they're on 13 points.
Yeah.
They've won 2 games out of 32 this season. So no matter what Frankfurt's form is,
yeah,
you're going to bet on the opposition more times than not, and that's going to come
I
more
agree.
times than not. So
yeah,
it's one of those. It's like their home form might be poor, but they also haven't played the worst side in the league by a country mile yet at home. So it's always different, isn't it, when they play the worst side?
Yeah, well, that's true. I hadn't factored that into any of my handicaps, to be honest with you. I as you know, over the last couple of weeks, it's all been about the spot. Yeah, no, I like that. I like the Liverpool and Everton one. I think that's really good. Liverpool, even more so now than being 1-0 down at Man United, if that stayed as is, then that makes, as you said, the Everton game makes the Liverpool game must win.
It does indeed.
Yeah, so no, I think that's strong. And what was the price on those two?
That is 0.71 to 1.
Lovely. Okay, and what was your second or your fourth one? And I'll see if I've got anything to add to it.
My fourth weighted pick was Barca and Lyon.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll go through the handicap for you.
Yeah.
Real Madrid are playing tonight, so that's obviously got a factor for the Barcelona side of it. If anything, if Madrid win, it makes it even more of a must-win for Barca, and it's already a must-win because of the Celta Vigo, because of the Atletico Madrid factor being 4 points clear with 2 games to go.
Yeah.
Barca have won 15 out of their last 20. They've won 11 out of 18 at home this season. Obviously dropped points last time out against Atletico Madrid, which is pretty much the title decider.
Mm-hmm.
And since then dropped points again. On the Celta side, they've won 4 of the last. They've won 4 in a row. 3 of those being at home. The last 6 away from home. 2 losses, 2 draws, 2 wins. If Betis beat Eibar tonight, and I believe they're currently 1-0 up. Mm-hmm. That means Celta Vigo actually have nothing to play for on Sunday.
Yeah.
So that, I think Betis are winning. They were when I just last looked. So that make me like the Barcelona side even more. Mm-hmm. They have Celta Vigo have an outside chance of Europa League, but if Betis win, that's completely out of their hands and that's gone. And the Lyon side of it, they've still got a lot to play for. They're 4th at the moment, which is Europa League places in France. 3rd equals Champions League. They're only a point behind Monaco with 2 games to go. So it's a must-win, really. They've won 5 of the last 7, only dropping points against Lille and Monaco. Nîmes on the other side, 2 wins in the last 10, losing 3 of those. No home win in 5. They're 3 points from safety, so it is a big game for them as well. And that was my 4th weighted pick double, Barca and Lyon.
I like that one as well. I really liked Monaco this week as well.
Yeah, I didn't even look into Monaco, to be fair. That didn't even cross my mind, that one.
No, because of the Lyon factor, I really like the Monaco factor.
Yeah, well, yeah, they're up for the top 4. It's all must wins in that league. So
yeah, I did like that one a lot.
A lot of these picks for me are kind of must wins, which is perfect spots.
Yeah.
I haven't got a nothing game in here at all. All 10 of these, I've got 5 doubles. All 10 of these is pretty much must win for every team. So
yeah,
perfect spots really.
So that was Barca and Lyon, yes?
Yeah, that was my 4th weighted pick. I'll go through the handicaps now as we're talking on them. The 5th weighted pick, so the one that I like the least, is PSG and Dortmund.
Yeah.
It's not from the PSG side, it's the Dortmund side that worries me.
Right.
PSG Sunday at 8 o'clock, they're playing Reims at home. PSG side have won 6 of their last 7, dropping points against Lille. If they drop points and Lille win the title.
Yeah.
Monaco are only 2 points behind and Lyon are only 3 points behind. So there's still a slim chance that they could drop out of Champions League.
Yeah.
Which means, pretty much must win anyway. For Lille not to win the league. Reims on the other side, lost 2 of their last 3. They've only won 2 in 15. And that came against bottom of the table Dijon and then 18th place Nantes.
Yeah.
They're clear from relegation due to their goal difference being 23 better than Nantes. So they've got nothing to play for. But it was the Dortmund side that worried me a bit more, which is why it's the 5th weighted pick. They've got Mans away from home Sunday at 5 o'clock. Yeah. Mans are actually unbeaten in 9, winning 5 of those games, which is they've gone on a really good run, which has lifted them out of the relegation zone. They're now actually safe with nothing to play for. Dortmund won their last 5 in a row. Perfect time because they were out of the Champions League spots. They're now in the top 4, 1 point in front of Frankfurt, but they did have a big look ahead spot for tonight. The German Cup Final against Leipzig tonight. So that was the only thing that kind of put me off, as well as Mann's good form, was the Dortmund Cup Final tonight. Would they have more focus on that?
Yeah, and Dortmund were 2 up last time I checked as well.
Yeah, so were they more focused on that than what they will be this league game? It's a must-win in terms of Champions League, because Frankfurt go to Schalke, which is just the turning over team this season. Mm-hmm. So you'd like to think they're getting 3 points. So it is kind of a must-win, but it's just that kind of let-down spot.
Yeah.
For me, so that's why it's my 5th weighted pick. That one.
Mm-hmm.
3rd weight pick was obviously Everton Liverpool. You said you liked. 2nd weight pick, I know you like one half of it, which is Lille versus St Etienne.
Yeah.
I'll let you handicap that one in a second. I'll just do the other half of it, which is Schalke Frankfurt. As I said, Schalke have been terrible. 2 wins out of 32 this year, like record breaking bad. They've lost 8 of their last 9, so form hasn't improved for them. Frankfurt, on the other hand, 4 wins out of the last 7. They've literally just dropped out of the Champions League spots, as stated, 1 point behind Dortmund with 2 games to go. So if you needed a must-win, you'd like to play Schalke. So that was the first part of the double. That's Saturday at 2:30. I'll let you do the Lille one, because that was one of your picks before the odds dropped.
Yeah, Lille, 3 points clear of PSG with 2 to play. You can call it whatever you want for Lille, really, can't you? Big, huge, massive, whatever. PSG look to have winnable games this weekend, to be fair. So, as we said earlier, Lille can't afford to drop any points. 3 straight wins for Lille, and they're 6 without defeat. They have 1 defeat in 18 with 4 draws. They have 11 clean sheets in 18, failing to score only twice, and 2 defeats at home all season, 6 draws, 10 wins. They failed to score at home all season only twice, 9 home clean sheets. And they've only conceded 2 or more twice at home this season, which has resulted in those 2 defeats. St Etienne, they're actually not in the worst of form. 2 defeats in 6, winning the other 4. But they haven't beaten any of the top 3 teams all season long. I think they have, I think it was 2 defeats and 3 draws against the top 3. But they only have 3 wins in the last 16 games at home, 2 of which came in the last 3 games for St Etienne. 5 clean sheets at home this season, and failing to score on 5 occasions, 7 times conceding 2 or more at home this season. So, as we say, on the face of it, Lille can't afford to lose. Like you said, it's a massive must-win spot for Lille. So that makes me like that side of it even more. Mm-hmm. And I think that one will go straight into our 5, because obviously we've got half of it is a double like anyway.
Yeah. So just to touch on that as well, 4 points from the 2 games is the title for Lille.
Yeah.
Could potentially win it this weekend, depending on results. And then just another stat that stuck out in mind for me was St Etienne's last 3 games against top 4.
Yeah.
They lost 5-0 to Lyon, lost 4-0 to Monaco, and then lost 3-2 to PSG. So that kind of stuck out like a sore thumb for me as well.
Yeah, that was the same as, again, when I looked at their record, I must have misread it. I thought they had 3 wins, 3 defeats, or 2 draws and 3 draws and 2 defeats against the top 3. So yeah, it all backs up, doesn't it? That Lille side of it. And as you said, Frankfurt are playing Schalke, which are just the whipping boys. I suppose that, the Sheffield United of the Bundesliga, really.
Pretty much, if there was a worse version. So yeah, I don't think the Frankfurt side you shouldn't worry too much. So yeah, I think Frankfurt and Lille double should definitely be going in.
Yeah, I agree.
And then that leaves me with my first weighted pick.
Yeah.
My favourite one of the week.
Right.
Atalanta and Atletico Madrid.
Mm-hmm.
So, Atletico Madrid drew obviously away at Barcelona. They're now 4 points clear of Barca with 2 games to go. Madrid do have a game in hand against Granada at the moment, which I'm not too sure what the score is. I'll have a quick look at that. But the Atletico, it's in their own hands, isn't it?
Yeah, it's theirs to lose, isn't it?
It is. Madrid kicks off at 9 o'clock, so that's not kicked off yet, but potentially could win the title this week if that game goes for them. They've won 4 of their last 6 and won their last 5 at home in a row. Obviously, just speaking about the Madrid side as well, Real, that is. Depends how their game in hand goes against Granada tonight, but they could win the title. On the Osasuna side, safely in mid-table with nothing to play for. Last 3 away from home have been 2 losses and a draw. So they haven't got anything to play for. It's Atletico's to lose, and they're in a really good spot playing a team that don't have anything to play for. And then Atalanta side, they're playing Genoa away at Saturday at 2 o'clock. Genoa have lost 4 of their last 7. They've had the 3 positive results in that run were against 11th, 17th, and 18th. They're safe from relegation, so nothing to play for. And Atalanta on a very good run, unbeaten in 9, winning 7 of those. Last 5 away, 1-3, drew 2, and a win for them equals Champions League because they've got a 9 better goal difference than Juventus.
Yeah.
So that wraps up Champions League for them. So a really good spot to be on Atalanta, especially with their 7 wins from their last 9.
I do like that side of it.
So I think it's a no-brainer, really, that double. And that comes out at 0.57 to 1.
Yeah.
So that was my favourite pick of the week.
All right, well, I'll go through it because I have a couple of little things then to talk to you about. Then, if I do my Monaco handicap, which is still prevalent because I just checked earlier, they're still 7 to 10.
Yeah.
It's obviously another one of a great spot for Monaco, who can't afford to drop any more points to get into the Champions League. As you said earlier, they are 1 point ahead of Lyon. They lost to Lyon the game before last, which snapped a run of 5 games, 5 wins, 5 clean sheets, and then they beat Reims last time out. They have 11 games, 9 clean sheets, and failing to score once, which was against Lille. 2 defeats at home all season long. Losing to Lyon last time out, as I said, stopped a run of 9 at home without defeat. That defeat last time at home ended a run of 4 straight home clean sheets. Rennes are in a decent bit of form. 1 defeat in 8, drawing at home to PSG last time out. 3 wins at home in the last 8. 3 wins in the last 8 away from home. They failed to score on 4 occasions, keeping only 2 clean sheets. So I like the Monaco side of things, and I like the fact that you liked Lyon, which made me like the Monaco side of things as well.
Yeah.
And I think at 7 to 10, that represents good value as well.
Well, and that's a single as well, so you haven't got to worry about 2 sides of it. So yeah, I think
no, but not that I'm in any way worried about any of them doubles. To be honest with you, either I think they're all very good bets, and like you said, there's not one game in there that's got nothing riding on it.
No. Monaco are currently losing in the semi-final against GFA Rumilly Valères.
Oh,
they're in the 4th tier of French football, which fucks me off because Monaco are in my bet. For fuck's sake. But that's got nothing to do with it. They might be playing a weaker side as well, to be fair.
Well, that's very true. Well, I'll check. I could check the lineups. No.
Are they not?
No. Fabregas, Chelsea Martins, Vineda, Kevin Volland.
Right, let's hope they fucking turn that around. Did you see the PSG result last night?
No. They were playing someone else.
They played Montpellier last night. They
And
won. They won at 8-7 on pens.
Really?
Yeah, after a 2-2 draw. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
a 2-2 draw because Montpellier scored fairly late. Yeah, so they won 8-7 on pens. So they've still got something to play for.
Yeah.
But yeah,
well,
thought I'd throw that out there while I was just looking at Monaco.
Yeah, while you're getting more and more fucking pissed off.
Losing at the moment to fuck over my Thursday night bet.
So yeah, I think the 4 doubles and the single. I also would like to give out a bet and give or get your opinion on a bet as well that I found coming up with a handicap for Sassuolo. And Sassuolo are playing against Parma. And obviously we've bet against Parma. Oh, the referee in the Liverpool game just going over to check his monitor, so that'll be a penalty to Liverpool. Yeah, so as I said, we bet against Parma a few times, haven't we? So, but what I didn't realise is that Parma have actually had 6 of their last 7 home games have been both teams to score, 11 of their last 12 in the league. They've scored in each of their last 7 home games. It's now 16 out of 19 games both teams have scored in Sassuolo games. They've failed to score twice all season long, and they've scored 13 straight away games. So I thought both teams to score at 4-7 was quite a nice bet, that.
Yeah, sounds good. All the stats back it.
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily put it in my 5 because I had Sassuolo in my 5 already. But just as I was looking into it, the more and more it made sense just to chuck that out there as something to look out for, and if people wanted to follow my lead on that as the both teams to score bet.
Sassuolo are in really good form as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. Won 5 out of their last 7.
Yeah.
Drawing at home to Atalanta and losing at home to Juve in that run.
Yeah.
3 away wins on the bounce.
Yeah, I like that. Them both teams to score, and even at 15-8 for both teams to score and Sassuolo to win was looked tidy.
I think that's one to have a look at, definitely.
Yeah.
Even if we don't include it into the 5.
No, but I think from my personal point of view is we have to put in Lille and Frankfurt as a double because we both like that.
Mm-hmm.
Liverpool and Everton, obviously, because Everton I had, and then I like the look of Liverpool minus a goal. So we'll chuck that in as the double with them. Barcelona and Lyon as well. Atlanta and Atletico, and then it was just whether you wanted to chuck your 5th one in or we chuck Monaco in.
I think we'd chuck Monaco in.
Just as the single.
It's just the Dortmund side. Dortmund are 3-0 up at half time, by the way. So they've won that cup final, but it's just the fact they'd be looking at that more than the league game, I think.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'd much prefer Monaco than that pick.
Yeah, okay. Well, we'll go with that then. And just before we go, obviously, people who know you will know... they might have seen on Instagram some pictures of you with your chiseled body in a hot tub a couple of weeks ago.
Wow, yeah.
And then obviously I saw pictures of you in the pub the first time they opened. I actually spoke to someone in the pub, and this is what they told me that you said to them, right?
Right.
Hold on. Why is that not working? That's why.
Than you made.
There we go. Hold on.
Last year, I spent more money on spilt liquor in bars from one side of this world to the other than you made. You're talking to the Rolex wearing, diamond ring wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling dealing, limousine riding, jet flying, son of a gun, and I'm having a hard time holding these alligators down. Woo!
How'd you plead?
Guilty. My hero, Ric Flair. Me and Ric Flair go way back.
Yeah, I just heard that you went up to someone and said, "Here, do you know who I am?" And they said no.
Have you heard me from the Fat Lad Sports podcast? 43 and 41 lifetime.
Yeah, fucking hell. And then the last, I found another one that you were like, I was going to use as well. I found this one for you. Right, hang on. Let's clip this up properly.
Melma J. Flood, millionaire. I own a mansion and a yacht.
That's the dream.
I was sitting there the other night, clipping those up, thinking, I fucking wet myself while I was doing it as well. I was just thinking, Jesus Christ. I had to come up with a scenario about where I could use them. Liam went up to people in the pub and said, "Don't you know who I am?" when they asked him to queue.
That's it. Love to see it.
Yeah. And the Alma J. Fudd one, obviously, is a shout out to, or in homage to our favourite podcast,
Andre Bell and the boys.
Yeah. Right, so I think that's about us, isn't it, really?
Yeah, we'll just go over the 5 picks again, just to state them at the end of the pod as we usually do. If you fast forwarded the whole way through, and you've just look or trying to listen to the last 5. So the 5 picks we're going with was Monaco, and then we've got Barcelona and Lyon double, Everton and Liverpool double, Frankfurt and Lille double, and Atalanta and Atletico Madrid as a double. There are 5 picks. We went 4 and 1 last week. We're looking good for another winning month. Since we started in February, we've gone 2 and 1 for winning months. And that April one was very close to being a winning month, may I add.
It was very close, you are right.
And I think you said earlier to me 43 and 41 at the moment. So we're not far away from our goal of 55%, considering we've only been doing this for 4 months.
Yeah.
100% take where we are at the moment, mate.
Fucking right, mate.
100% take it.
Fucking right. Just before I let you go, there's a massive undisputed fight on Saturday night / Sunday morning, be about 4 a.m. UK time. Josh Taylor, I'll just get the odds up now. Josh Taylor is fighting in Las Vegas, I believe. And he is fighting, let me get it up there. I want to get his name right because it's Ramirez, but I want to get it the right Ramirez. Jose Carlos Ramirez. Now, I would love Josh Taylor to win. I actually like him to win on the decision at 4-5. I really like that bet. My worry is he's technically going in as the away fighter, and as we've seen plenty of times with boxing, unless you nail your opponent to the canvas, you do not get a result. I can't see a knockout in the fight. I really can't. They're 2 of the best boxers you're likely to see. I really, really, really like either fighter by decision at 4-9. I think that is just the most obvious bet you could possibly make. If you want to back Taylor at 4-5, I like that side of things. My worry is, unless it's so wide that it can't go any other way, I do worry that he won't get the decision. So either fighter by decision at 4-9 is an absolutely fantastic bet if you can get it.
Well, your boxing hasn't been, well, nothing short of perfect so far.
No, well, it obviously doesn't give you the jumbo payout we got with the Canelo one.
No.
But it represents some value, and as I say, I don't see a knockout in that fight. And either fight, if it goes the distance, you've won.
Yeah.
I would like it a bit tighter than 4-9, but I can't control the line, so
yeah.
So that's definitely one that I would put on my official record, but I do like the Josh Taylor at 4-5 as well because he's fucking brilliant.
Looks like we're blessed with some good fights coming up. I know June 6th we've got Logan Paul versus Mayweather as well. So.
Oh, fuck. Fuck me, I can't believe you just said that.
So we got
is that you getting me back for fucking playing Ric Flair?
we got Tyson Fury, AJ, and then we got Mayweather, Logan Paul. It's all happening this summer.
Yeah,
it
definitely,
really
mate.
is.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh my Christ. Fucking Logan Paul. All right, mate. Let's let everyone go.
Sounds good, mate. Good
All
luck
right,
with your bets, lads.
Speak to you later.
Take care. See ya.
Thanks for watching. Bye.